Oh yeah, everybody, man. Salute to all of y'all for tapping on in and supporting the channel. I appreciate all of you guys for coming through. Love, honor, and respect to all of y'all. Um, as y'all come on in the building, um, we got some news for y'all today, man. But first, as y'all come on in here, man, I want to salute and I want to say thank you to all the people who sent donations yesterday, man. To the beautiful Jennifer, man. Jennifer, you always showing love in that PayPal. Salute to you. Jennifer sent another $100 the other day in the PayPal. I appreciate you for that. And just for supporting, what I do, man. And you guys all knowing how much work I put in and stuff like that to get y'all this content. I salute all the people. So Jennifer, you was in the PayPal as always. Love to you. Also, Karan, salute to you with a donation in the Cash App yesterday. Who else was in there? Jason, salute to you. Who else was in there? Let me see. It was I know a couple other people. Rosa, I appreciate you. Gabrielle, salute to you. Um, Tanisha, salute to you. Deborah, I appreciate you. And also, Darius, salute to you, brother. All y'all who sent donations to the Cash App yesterday and last night, I appreciate it. And to the PayPal, I woke up on that and I salute y'all. Look, man, this one is crazy. I'm bringing y'all today, bro. Man, they got some more allegations, man. This is absolutely insane, bro. And like I said before, man, bro, I'll let you guys decide on what y'all feel about it. I know how I personally feel and where I'm leaning to on this lawsuit. Cause this one is just, man, bro. So you have a prisoner whose name is Paul Russell, and basically he filed a lawsuit. And he has made some serious allegations in this lawsuit, and basically he has slammed the entire music industry, the entire industry. And this lawsuit's been filed in the district court, United States District Court of Colorado, right? And has been filed, stamped by the clerk court and all, right? And he's requested a jury trial, right? Now, in his lawsuit, and I'll read the article to you guys because there is an article in this as well. It says, in a filing that's already sparked a mix of disbelief, amusement, and intrigue across the social media, a Colorado prisoner has launched what could be one of the most expansive civil rights lawsuits in recent memory. Now, a man by the name of Paul Russell Winters, identified as inmate number 492397-1, has named Sean Diddy Combs, Jay-Z, Kanye West, Drake, DJ Academics, Tupac Shakur, and virtually every major player in the music world as defendants in his lawsuit. As you guys can see, he has named damn near everybody, right? It's crazy work, bro. Crazy work. Now, in his lawsuit, it was basically lodged in the U.S. District Court uh, for the District of Colorado on September the 17th, 2025. And again, it accuses the entire industry, music industry, basically, of human trafficking, enslavement, and exploiting his voice through auto tune technology. Now, Mr. Winters, filing pro se from behind bars, styles his complaint under 42 USC 1983, a federal statute typically used to address civil rights violations by state actors. Now, here is the scope. This scope, I should say, is cosmetic, says the article. Now, it says the defendants include not just artists and labels like Def Jam, Sony Records, Death Row, and Young Money, but also social media giants, right? YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, even the late, great Tupac Shakur, who has not been here since 1996, is on this list, alongside contemporary figures like Moneybagg Yo, Sam Hunt, and Gutty from PRE, Paper Route Entertainment, and Shady Records. Now, his allegations, at the heart of his claims, Mr. Winters, he is claiming and alleging his claims is that a narrative of systemic abuse. Now, he asserts that he is the voice around the world whose musical and vocal talents have been commandeered by a shadowy alliance of industry insiders and federal authorities. Now, and I quote from him, he says, I've been treated like an industry slave and human trafficked, with federal authority leading the way through my musical and vocal talents with auto-tunes machine. Now, Winters wrote in the complaint statement of claims, he describes being enslaved and controlled. He no, he excuse me, describes being enslaved by a controlled environment with highest federal authorizations and industry slave drivers and human traffickers. Right now, Winters points to specific facts to bolster his case, including an iPhone 8 he claims is worth 100 million. No Lucky had a 21 Rap Avenue, Lawrence Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, bleep, 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 right? He alleges that the story and truth of his exploitation is embedded in various songs he produced and wrote, with evidence scattered across YouTube videos that have been flagrantly number two by DJ Akademiks. Now, the suit implies a vast conspiracy where his voice has been digitized and repurposed without consent, fueling hits across genres since 2021. Now, this isn't his first rodeo in the court. A public record shows him as a frequent flyer of prisoner petitions, including earlier suits against entities like Allied Security and the Salvation Army. His latest barrage includes companion cases against the Anti-Terrorist Act and others, suggesting a pattern of broad, interconnected grievances from incarceration. Now, his demands 30% of the industry's royalties in NFTs. Now, Winters didn't hold back on the remedies, according to this article. He seeks a staggering 30% stake in all music since January of 2021 made with machine, encompassing royalties, NFTs, and profits all the way down the board. He requested a jury trial and also the complaint scrawled on standard federal forms with attachments like a power of attorney underscores the handmade nature of this legal odyssey. Now, legal experts might dismiss it as frivolous. Pro se prisoner filings often are, with courts frequently screening them under the Prison Litigation Reform Act before advancing. Yet, in an era of high profile industry reckonings, think Diddy's recent scandals or ongoing debates over AI voice cloning, Winter's suit taps into real conversations about artist exploitation and digital rights. So, social media has basically laughed at this guy and clowned him, saying, "How did Tupac get in this?" and all these other things, right? Uh, and so this is one of those ones that's out there because you have people that, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. You have some people that think that this AI stuff that's coming out is very dangerous and stuff, and people started to complain about the auto tuning and stuff like that with the voice. It's a lot of different things that you've heard come up, but this right here, for this guy to sue all these people, man, and claim that he was human trafficked and enslaved and stuff like that, bro, he going to have to show evidence of this, or you know, nobody's gonna take this guy serious, in my opinion. And you got a lot of people out here that scream stuff like this, and people say this stuff, and you have some people who buy into this and believe all this stuff. You got a lot of people, they don't. They say, "Hey, man, these people are crazy. Something wrong with these people. They out here. Look at the stuff they're saying. Look at the stuff they're accusing people of." And so, and then you hear, "Hey, man, the industry is a dark place." So you don't know, you know, being an outsider like I am, you don't know, like, damn, dog, you hearing everything. Like, you normally would look at these people and say, "Man, these people crazy, man. They ain't saying nothing, man. They on cap." But then when you turn around and you hear some of stories from some people, you're like, "Hold on, man, what the hell is going on?" You know what I'm saying? Like, is everything all these people saying lies? Or is there some truth that's, inside of some of these things people are saying? When you don't know, again, you don't know. You in the code, you don't know. And so, I mean, me personally, man, I need to see evidence, man. I'll just be honest with y'all. In this situation, I need to see evidence. In all situations, I need to see evidence. But I need to see evidence right here, bro, because this right here, man, like I said before, man, I mean, bro, you're basically suing everybody in the industry. Look what he wrote at the bottom. He said the entire music industry. Now, again, people in the industry have gotten bad raps. Everybody knows this. The music industry has gotten bad raps. You had a lot of artists who say, man, I hate the industry. You've had artists that came out and said they had to do certain things to get into the industry. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know how many of you guys believe this stuff or not. You know what I'm saying? About the industry and stuff. And you can hear stories online. People will tell you stories and stuff, and it'll be stories that you won't be able to believe. You know what I mean? It's stories that people haven't believed that other people put out about allegations surrounding the industry, man. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at this stuff and y'all, you process this information, it's just like it throws you back because you want to immediately dismiss these people and say, man, you on cap. But then when you hear like the accounts of some people who are in the industry or who have been in the industry, and you like just look at some of their accounts, you're like, hold on, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, you had a pastor that came on YouTube and did an interview and talked about his experience in the industry. And he said he dealt with so much demonic, wicked things that the normal average person would never believe. He said these things. You know what I'm saying? And so again, man, bro, he said some of the craziest stuff that he experienced dealing with the music industry. And then he said when he tried to get away, this pastor said, he said when he tried to get away from the music industry, he said it was people that was sent after him and went and found him and said, bro, you can't go nowhere. And he said that, you know what I'm saying? He said they basically scared him shitless, you know, and had him shook to where he was just looking at the situation like, damn, bro, I ain't never gonna be able to get out of this situation. So when you hear those type of stories, you know what I mean, and those type of things, man, it's like that, man. You know what I mean? Um, it's just like that, man. You know. Hold on one second, guys. So y'all gonna have to figure this out, man, and let me know what y'all think in that comments. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, even now, the comment section is gonna be crazy on this. You know what I'm saying? The comment section is gonna be more crazy than this. You know, um, in my opinion, on this one, I think that if you look down in the comments, I think the back and forth you're gonna see down there is gonna be crazy because it's gonna be people from both sides, man, that's really arguing a lot of things. Like you see, even like I said, content you see on YouTube. You can go on YouTube right now and you guys will see a lot of people talking about these things. You can even go to YouTube and type in just you know, um the truth about the music industry. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and not even that. You could just type the truth about the movie industry, right? And so people would tell you, man, hey, man, I've watched uh documentaries on this thing, man. And the things people say, man, I'm telling y'all this, you know. People say, hey, it's the dark side, it's all this other stuff, man. You know, you've had people say, listen. I've been in rooms at the top of the top, which albums are prayed over demonically. Music is prayed over demonically. That goes out to the world, goes out to the radio stations, goes out to
the public. And when you see that stuff and know that stuff, it's frightening.
What do you mean by that, Shane? Prayed over demonically?
Rituals, ceremonies to give light to the devil, to Satan. It's a satanic music industry. If you look at what the music is today, the industry is today, for all your Sam Smiths to your Dojo Cats to your Beyoncés they are so demonic, it's unbelievable. And we can't, it's in front of us. It's something that we kind of go, oh, it's just music. But it really isn't. It's absolutely taken over the world, taken over our children, and taken over everything that's coming to the times of world crisis.
Now, this was said over there on the Premier Christian Radio channel, right? And this was the guy, Premier on Demand, is that channel who that had that particular quote from that guy who said he's been in those rooms. You know what I'm saying? You've had other people who talked about, things around signing music deals and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? So again, bro, when I sit back and I hear these allegations, normally people just say, "Ah, man, this dude crazy, man." But then when you hear people say the certain things that they're saying, bro, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, I just listen like, damn, dog, there's too many people, you know, that's saying certain things. You know what I'm saying? Over the years. And now it's the music industry too. You know, Cat Williams has sat up there and told you, what you call it, sat up there and told us, uh, um, Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard sat right there and told everybody, and mofos came out here and was talking shit about Terrence Howard. They tried to tear Terrence Howard down for what he said. And so that's why I say, like, before I even start talking, and say, hey, man, this person lying, this person capping about the allegations, I just say, you know what, man, I just take a step back. Because when I hear this, it made me think.
And why do you think that is? What the creative side is? Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far. You know, who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping.
See, all of these things, right? See, all these things I'm telling y'all that y'all can see, you watch, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I want y'all to see this though. Listen to what he says. I want y'all to listen to this. You know, listen to this.
To get it out of their head, when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card. What is that? What do you mean by that? You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back. Are you saying what I think you're saying? No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things, when you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Kept punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You should have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card. no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're
See, so when Terrence Howard said that, he said all the people that went. You know how many people went to those parties? When he said that, bro, I sat up there, I was like, damn, dog. He said all the people. He didn't say, yo, some of these people. He said, no, all those people. Listen to what he said.
Taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing.
He said all the people that did all those things. What things he talking about? And then when people file these lawsuits and say, no, I'm filing it against the whole industry. This man wrote the entire music industry and wrote out all these different names. I sat here and said, damn, dog. At first, you're like, man, these people crazy, man. I ain't trying to hear that, man. But then once you hear people that's credible, like Terrence Howard, you hear all these other people that's been in the music industry that's saying this stuff, man. I'm just sitting here like, man, bro. Then you see the situation where Nicki Minaj is going off on people and stuff like that. I'm looking at this thing like, man, James, what up, homie, salute.
Get punked out and pimped out by some over greater desire. You should have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Hey, did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. And next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I'm playing the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
To the person who says, I'm sure Terrence is no angel. Terrence never said he was an angel. Terrence just said he wasn't bending over and giving up his ass to be in the industry. That don't mean you don't have to be. I don't mean that you ain't no angel. You could whoop on people's asses. You could be a treacherous person, but you could also still be a person that I'm not selling my soul for this industry. So what are you talking about, Moses? H? You want to cast shit on people because everybody didn't do what people are saying that people have to do to be in certain areas? Why you think Terrence Howard never even got to the highest levels of his talent? Terrence Howard should have been the creme de la creme in the music world, in the music industry. What are you talking about? With Terrence Howard's ability, his talent, there's no reason why he ain't supposed to be at the creme de la creme of the music industry. Excuse me, movie industry. What do you mean that's what you're saying? What are you talking about? That's what you're saying? I'm just saying you're not making sense. So, when you hear him say this type of stuff, when you hear guys like Mark Curry and these guys come out and say the things they say, when you hear Big Gene Deal say all the things that you've heard Big Gene Deal say, Gene Deal ain't never got one lawsuit that we seen. Big Gene, everybody talked about Gene like a dog, right? And Big Gene Deal tell y'all these things, right? And y'all heard these things for years. Gene had talked about these things, right? For years, right? Big Gene Deal was behind the scenes. He actually saw stuff. He's spoken out against the nonsense, foolishness. But all people did with Gene, oh, Gene Captain, Gene this, Gene that. Gene was there. I'm not finna holler no nigga that wasn't there. Big Gene was there, my nigga. If you wasn't there, sit down and shut the fuck up. Excuse my French, but it is what it is. So Big Gene been talking about a lot of different things that he been saying, right? Not only Big Gene, artists like Mark Curry and these people, they've been talking about these things that they've said that they've seen over the years, right? It's just a lot of things he's been saying. Like I said, I ain't seen one person in the industry come out suing Big Gene. It's kind of crazy if you don't know whether or not Big Gene kept them receipts or not over the years. So you can't really take that risk, right? Moses H, you say that, but you right here. So yeah, you ain't nothing but here to cause confusion, brother. That's all you here to do, right? So Big Gene, he been, like I said, he been saying this stuff, bro. So you can, say whatever you want to say. Feel however you want to feel. Y'all seen what just happened on air. I showed y'all the other day. I told y'all this weirdo type of stuff that I seen going on. What's old boy name? The singing dude. Brandy brother. His name keeps slipping off my tongue. I can't remember. I can't believe I can't remember his name. But the girl Brandy, her brother. Damn, I keep forgetting this nigga name. I came in here the other day and I showed y'all what was going on with him. Homie, walk in the shower, looking at Kai Senate. Come on, man. Come on, man. Ray J. That's right, y'all. What type of time we on, man? Come on, bro. And they got a video camera propped it up on the right-hand side to record this. And this is the type of stuff that they're playing, and all the youth are watching these lives. Come on, bro. Come on, man. So in the past, where people would have came out and said, "Oh yeah, this nigga lying in his loss. He just capping and shit." And I don't want to. I hope it's not true. I wouldn't want to believe those allegations against all those people like that. But then once you hear a lot of these things, a lot of these people saying that was around and in these circles, man, it gets scary, man. It gets scary, bro, when you think about it. And you thinking like, damn, dog. You know? Even when you go back and you listen to old clips from Big Gene, right? I'm talking about clips from way before the Art of Dialogue, the way before the MREC interview. Shout out to MREC, man.
I wouldn't be talking to you if it wasn't for Miss Wallace. You know what I'm saying? If she wasn't pouring on hard crying, I wouldn't be saying jack shit to you. You understand? I think, yeah, some of the other people in the whole crew should have came forward. Yeah, I believe that. You understand? Because I believe Big is turning over in his grave because people ain't coming to the forefront for his mother. They knew he loved his mother. He cared for his mother, whatever like that. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody do. Everybody cares for their mom. You understand? And I just believe that maybe some people should have came forward, and then maybe people just want to just say, listen here, I'm going to leave this shit alone. You know, that's their own choice. I'm going to eat, man. You know what I'm saying? Bad Boy, Biggie, whoever, whatever. If I got to shovel shit for a living, I'm going to eat.
That's what Gene did was saying way back then. You know what I mean? And, you know, Big Gene, he got a lot of criticism for being one of the guys who, you know, spoke out against the nonsense. You know what I mean? But then you quietly started to hear a lot of people come out. A lot of people come out, you know what I'm saying? And speak about, you know, uh, you know, this thing on the industry. You know what I'm saying? You heard Cat Williams. You know what I'm saying? You guys heard Cat Williams, right?
Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role. We put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? He ain't put nobody on. The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All of them can walk through the mall without security. Be what you're gonna be, but put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. Because clearly, y'all are keeping these gates.
You know, shit crazy, man.
Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
You would tell it.
no, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Cat because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script. How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I can't let Ricky Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike. Because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing. I told them to go get the Prowler. I then told them to paint it purple. I told them don't have an actor as playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan to play. Like, I did far too much work.
It's just a lot more stuff, man. It's a lot more stuff that's out here, man. Like, And you listen to all these things people are saying, bro. I'm like, man, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. And now you see. And it was just like, bro, this shit ain't no joke.
It's all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing, you tell it. I know so many things I shouldn't know. When I walk in a room, heads go down. It's all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed.
So, yeah, man. That's the reason why, bro. Like, when all this stuff come out, normally you be like, nah, man, I ain't. Then when you hear this type of shit and you see a lot of this stuff going on, coming out, and then, like I told y'all, it just blew my mind the other day when I seen that shit with Ray J, and I seen that dude in that shower like that, and I seen this report like that come up like that, man. That shit, man, it bothered me, man. Cause I like, yo, the youth is watching this shit, man. The youth are watching this and being influenced by this. Shout out to Stacy for the $100 donation in the Cash App. And she says, keep telling the truth. Hey, it is what it is. It bothers me. All right. Hold on one second, y'all. It's crazy work, man. Crazy work, bro. You know. Again, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all feel, man. They towed down Big Gene when Big Gene was saying that shit bothered me, man. Like niggas was just trying to like go against Big Gene. When Mark Curry said what he said. You know what I'm saying? When Mark Curry said what he said and started the artist Mark Curry, not the singer. I mean not the not the actor, the singer, the artist Mark Curry. Right? From Bad Boy. We ain't going nowhere. Mark Curry that was on that track. When he started saying this stuff, man, Roger Bonds saying the things that he said that he saw. These dudes are there in real time, but then you get buffoons on YouTube that'll come and try and change history and talk about these dudes as lying. Them niggas was there. Like I said, you get old washed up ass niggas on YouTube saying, nigga, you wasn't even nowhere around. But you'll tell a nigga what he was there, what he said, what he saw, what he's saying he saw. Entertainers' houses and stuff, where they be having them parties where they want to invite you to, and they be like, we having a party tonight, but this ain't your kind of party. You be like, yeah, I ain't going. I don't want to go. Freak off parties, where you go in there and it be, yo, let me tell you something. We used to go in the club. We go into the nightclub, right? And we go and get to the VIP. All of these girls come around the VIP, and they just be standing there. And like, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to get back with you. We got to rewind this back. We used to go to when we go to the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they've been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So we already knew what the drill was. You just don't mess with them bottles, right? Then all of the girls is in the club after a while. They all running, opening up their mouth like little birds. He was running around just popping pills in their mouth. Pop, pill, 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 pill. And then that was the party.
But all of the females that was in it, that's what they wanted. That was what part. It was part of the hip hop culture. We ain't see nothing wrong with it until Bill Cosby got in trouble. He did one too many. Man, look. Let me tell you something. I mean to cut you. This funny. We used to be on the road. You'd be like, yo, let me go to my Puff room, see what they doing. And you knock on Puff door, he'd be sitting there damn near butt naked. You ever just had a grown ass man answer his hotel door butt naked, and they'd be like, come on in? You be like, I'll come back. You ever close your eyes, you be like, I guess you're not presentable. And then walk away, because see, what happens is, if they be like, come on in, and then you come on in, they be like, this man just came into my room. I'm sitting there butt ass naked. I told him to come on in, and he came on in. You be like, so what's going on for the day? Acting like you don't notice he there naked. You be like, bro, put some clothes on. What are you doing? I don't want to see you naked. Grown man stuff. Yo, that's kind of disrespectful. So when you get, that's called the test off. How you make sure you breaking in. Yo, call the artist up here to the room, tell him I'm going to have a meeting by my tub. He be in there by the tub and stuff, soaking and stuff. Butt ass naked. You be like, how the hell am I supposed to have a meeting with a nigga butt naked in the tub? Nah, man, come back, man. Let me know when you presentable. And then freak off parties, man, listen. I'm not an angel. I ain't never did nothing morally incorrect, but I definitely not. The girls definitely have my share of pretty women and being famous. It just came with the life. But also what came with it was a lesson. Also what came with it was, you know what, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and still expect to find somebody to truly love you. That right there, those kind of parties kept me from finding somebody who really cared about me. And it took me to leave those kind of parties, those kind of people, all that energy alone, just to even better understand me. That's what I did. That's where I've been. That's why I totally vanished from everything and say, I'm going to be a better man, a stronger man. And that's what I recommended that he do. I'd be like, bro, it's time for you to be a stronger, a bigger person. He still wanted to remain minute. And that's what's happening to him today. See him.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Him opening up the door naked, man. That's weird behavior.
Yeah. Anytime a man's naked around you and they feel comfortable with being naked around you, you know what I'm saying? You be like, something ain't right, man. What do you know what I mean? You know I knocked on the door. You knew it was another dude at the door. Like when I knocked, you know what I'm saying? Then you can just go open the door, come on in. Walking with his butt out. Nah, I just closed the door. I'll see you later, bro. I guess y'all not ready for the day. So.
Hey, Leslie, I appreciate you for the donation to the Cash App. Salute to you. And I'm gonna answer what you just said. No, I think they all deserve to be able to defend themselves. And so all the people that have been accused, I think they're innocent unless it's proven guilty. I always say that on my channel, anyways. Even though people say, "Hey, take it away," I always say that. You know what I'm saying? Because this lawsuit right here, I mean, the dude said he's suing the entire music industry. Does that mean that every single person that's in the music business did something to him? Nah, I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he's doing that and he's named names and then he's saying like the entire music industry. You know what I'm saying? Again. So like I said before, I don't know. And I have to see the evidence that he say or whatever evidence he feel like he gonna present. He say he want a jury trial. Will this even make it to court? That's another question. This could get thrown out by Monday or Tuesday. So we have to see, man. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't want to just say, "Oh, he's a lying piece of you know what," when you have so many other people that's saying different things as well as far as the industry is concerned, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it all just depends on who you talk to. You know what I mean? And what levels of the industry people are in, I suppose. You know, because some people say, "Hey, they're in the industry. I didn't do anything to get to this spot." You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. You guys definitely let me know what y'all feel on this. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. This is a big one right here. Like, share, subscribe, everybody. Appreciate all y'all that support the channel. Y'all already know what it is, man. Links pinned at the top of the chat. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Let me know what y'all feel, man. Y'all see the whole situation right now going on with Dame Dash and them. Dame Dash and them out here, they going to war. He's saying, listen to all the things he's saying about oh boy, over on the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? Charlemagne and DJ Envious. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate all y'all tapping on in. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe once again. There are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drop weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.